Who's that star talking?
Jason Lawrence.
Answer me!
Probe the Popo.
Tell me what you know.
Every week, we like to have a different division of the Victorian Police in to have a chat. This week, we are catching up with the team from RBT.
Like 4 schooners of Great Northern.
Okay, is that a heavy beer or?
So light beer, and I'll be under
Light beer.
0.04. So you can breath test me. I'm very confident.
Very good. Well, that's exactly what we'll be doing today.
A mate of mine's got a breath tester.
Okay.
And we've tested ourselves.
With that particular drink.
Yeah, that particular drink.
He's got a breath tester. That voice right there was Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen, who joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be here. So you're on the show too.
I am.
They're real life. Sometimes I think, are they prop police men and women?
We are real.
No, it's only strippers that are in fake police outfits.
I'd be happy if one of them pulled me over, Jace.
Stevie, welcome to the show. How long you been part of the cops?
I have been a police officer for 10 years.
Yeah, right.
And doing this particular role for 6.
Do you get to pick? Can you say, I love doing the RBT and the booze bus, I want to do that? Or do you just get moved around to different departments?
So, no, I've been with what's called RPDAS. We call it Road Policing Drug and Alcohol Section. And I've been there on my own accord for 6 years. I could leave if I wanted to, but I love it there.
You like it.
In terms of filming, we get asked if we want to do it or not. So,
right.
there's only a select few of us that actually are prepared to put our faces on TV, so I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Now, question.
Question.
I'm sure I'm not alone in this, but when I go through a breatho, booze bus, I panic every time, even when I haven't had a drink. And I think, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm drunk or I'm doing something wrong because I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
And she's a shit driver.
And I probably ran over the cone. No, is that normal?
Yeah, you are not alone. That is very, very common. Very common.
Before they're like, oh, you got to show driver's license or whatever, and I'm shaking. And I'm like, oh, look,
Without
I'm
a bit of
incriminating myself.
Well, look, on our buses, a normal shift, we would be testing up to, 1,000, 1,400 people. So, amongst that, I would say at least 50% of people would be scared coming past or coming into a booze bus.
I think I'd be more confident if I'd had a few drinks too.
No,
I mean, it's courage. Not driving.
I'm joking. The audio we heard there, Gary, he ended up blowing under on the show.
Yep.
When it comes to random breath testing, do you, because we're now rolling out random drug testing as well.
Correct.
Are you doing both at every site?
No.
Because the random drug testing takes longer, doesn't it?
Yes. So we have booze buses and we have drug buses.
Right.
When we do a booze bus, we do have the facilities to do a drug test if we feel the need.
Yep.
So it's if you gut saying, let's do this one.
Yeah, and if we ever have somebody on our bus for a breath test, we'll also do a drug test while we're there.
If they've been taken out of the car and into the bus.
Right. So if they're taking you out of the car, you're cooked.
You are getting a breath test and a drug test.
Not if you're doing nothing wrong, you're not.
Of course.
No, that's right.
No, of course.
Yeah, and then we
sometimes
have the
it's not
drug
right.
buses where every single driver that comes into our site will get a breath test and a drug test.
Right.
Really? And then
why don't we drug test everyone?
Oh,
is it a cost thing or it's just
I
it's
would say it would
necessary?
be, and we don't have, it's high volume testing. When we do booze buses, as I said before, we're going to be testing anywhere up to 1,400 drivers. A drug test, when we have a drug bus, we're with each driver for about 5 minutes. So we would never get the amount of people tested if we were doing every single person. And then obviously it's a huge cost to be able to drug test every single driver.
Let's be honest, people would be cracking it. Like 5 minutes sitting on the side of the road.
They already crack it
on the way to
a
work.
booze bus when it takes 60 seconds and they don't like us doing that.
Honest question. Are our roads safe? Are we policing enough that we're making our roads safe? How many people are drink driving and drug driving?
I wish I could say that our roads are super safe, but coming from the job that I do,
you've seen it all.
We see so many people that are under the influence of alcohol and drugs. Just last week, I did a site where we got someone at around 11 o'clock in the morning and they were 0.209. So that's 4 times the legal limit at 11 o'clock in the morning on a school day.
Had they been out all night and all day? Or
he was actually in complete denial about it. But yeah, look,
That's
obviously
scary,
can't go too
isn't
much
it?
into it, but
No,
there
no,
was
no.
alcohol in the car. There was, and this person, had a pretty strong history of drink driving.
You know what I find sad? Because I see the booze bus a lot on South Road down near Sandy, and the cops will set up there, and they're getting them after school pickup and school drop off. That's the time you're targeting. Does it shock you how many?
That particular
and does it make you angry?
That site, I would say that would probably be where we get the most hate. and complaints about setting up in that area,
Right.
and we're affecting drivers. You know, we've added
Affecting traffic.
We're affecting traffic. We've
Which it
added
doesn't.
5 minutes to their drive.
Sorry, I've been on that road, and you guys fly through it pretty quick. I've done the booze bus there several times. That you don't hold them up.
Yeah,
that's
we
just
definitely
bright and
don't. But I
cracking.
think people just like to complain about
Yeah.
it. But
Everyone's
as you
in a
said,
rush.
we're always getting.
And do you get many doing the school run? It's good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've personally, I have
Does it
done a
shock
breath
you?
test on quite a lot of people during school time, and yeah, it's standard procedure. Like you go
But does it
out
make
for
you
lunch,
angry?
you have a glass of wine. Yeah, it makes me really angry. I'm personally really passionate about road policing and getting affected drivers off the road. So I get, it's
Well,
it's
thank
pretty
you
upsetting.
for that
Yep.
because you're keeping our roads safe. It is actually scary hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people now are taking their responsibility in their own hands. You try to, right? I don't really even like having one glass of wine and driving because A, I get scared that I'm over. B, I'm
here's where the
tired always. And
I'll be honest,
it
here's
worries
where the
me.
confusion is. Because remember a few years ago, and I remember when we were growing up, there was that big campaign where it was like two
in the
drinks in the
first
first hour,
hour,
one every hour after that. And
But
everyone started sticking to that rule. But that's like, one standard beer is more than a standard drink.
Yeah.
And also the food, size of the person.
Look at the size of me
100%.
compared to the size of Paul, my fiance. Like we couldn't drink the same amount.
And
drive.
I've noticed we're not doing those campaigns anymore.
Yeah, I think it's way too confusing for people.
Yeah.
And what works for one person is not going to work for the next.
Right.
As you said, size.
So there's no
sleep,
guide.
food, water. There's so many different things that come into play as to how your body will metabolize alcohol. So it's too risky.
Do the self-breathalyzers work? Because I know people that will have 2 glasses of wine and then they'll always check before they drive.
Yeah.
But if you blew 0.04 on that and then you went to a booze bus and you blew over 0.05, you have no defense.
Yeah, no defense. Look, I think the problem with the personally owned breathalyzers is that some are really cheap and then some are really expensive. But the difference with those ones and ours is that ours are regularly serviced and calibrated. So they're going to give you that accurate result. And we have a 2-step process. So we've obviously got the initial test that you do at the booze bus or if you've been intercepted. And then we have an evidentiary breath test as well.
In the bus.
Yeah, in the bus.
I actually remember the machines they used to have on the side of the wall in pubs and you get a straw and blow in it, right?
Yep.
And I would love for them to roll out actual professional ones and service them and put them in every pub, every pub across Victoria.
Yeah, you'd be grateful for it.
100%, because even if I had two Great Northerns, right, like low strength beer, I would definitely still check.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm pretty safe, I'd definitely still check. And if I was over, I wouldn't drive.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's a cost, but think about the lives that it's
The problem with that is that with alcohol consumption, you could still, it has like a peak before it starts to drop.
Right.
So you could do that test at the pub.
Yeah.
And it might be, then you get held up because you see a mate that you weren't drinking with and you're like, oh, hang back for another 15 minutes. Then you go to drive and your alcohol in that space of time has actually peaked and gone higher.
Oh, God.
So you're thinking that result is, oh, I'm fine, I'm 040, but then you get pulled over 20 minutes later by us and then you're 050, and 050 on the dot is an offence. Like you lose your license.
You got to be under
You have to be
0.05.
0.049 or under.
Thanks, Stevie. I thought it was a ripping idea, but that's fine.
Shut that
No,
down.
but it is because you know what? And what I would say, the people who would do that test at the pub, they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But and the people who get 0.05, sure, it's wrong, but you feel for them because you're like,
absolutely. Yeah.
But, it's the people who are way over that aren't sitting at the pub just
Exactly.
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got to go to a break. Are you happy to stay with us?
Absolutely.
When we come back, I want to ask a question about, let's not put our head in the sand. People are smoking, people are doing pot, other drugs around the place. I want to talk about how long that could potentially stay in your system. And also, we're going to test out the old breatho machine this morning. Because we got one of our producers, Jaz, to have a few wines last night with dinner.
What a task.
We got him an Uber in this morning, and we want to see how he thinks he's feeling and how it comes up on the breatho.
The next day is a worry. The
Sounds
next
good.
morning.
And you know what? Let's break out that tongue scraper while we're at
You know
it.
what? I've got
you didn't-
4 straws, so we don't just have to test him. We can test.
Oh, we
other
are
people
out of
if we wanna
time.
make-
At the moment, we are probing the Popo. Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen is joining us this morning. She is a booze bus operator.
And you're on the
star.
show,
Yeah, a
RBT.
star.
Do you ever get recognised?
Yeah, a little bit. Not so much like out in public, but lots of
in the
family.
RBT
And like when I'm on the show, like my phone just goes nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And people from school that I haven't spoken to in about 20 years.
Why does Daryl, when he gets done on the show for blowing over and with meth in his system, allows himself to be on TV?
Yeah.
This is a good question. So you'll get a mix of people, right? So some people will, either they're drunk or they're on drugs.
Yeah, I'll find the relief.
They
for
can't
it.
really
Great
make
idea.
the right decision. 2, they genuinely want to get on television, and it doesn't matter what it's for. They're
Isn't
happy
that-
to just get their face on there.
Why?
Jesus.
They don't get their. Someone told me they get their fines and court cases paid for.
No, nothing.
That's
no
Judge
benefits
Judy.
whatsoever. Yeah. For an example, I had a young P plater who'd only had his license for a few months. This one hasn't been shown yet, so I won't go too much into detail. But he thought it was going to help him with the ladies. He was like, "Cool, this is going to get me out
Street
there, and the
cred.
girls are going to see me, and they're going to."
And was he drink driving?
He was drink driving.
What a
Yeah,
knob.
yeah, lost his license.
Oh, yeah, it's really going to work for the ladies
Yeah.
when you got to put them on the Greyhound bus for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you
And
pick me
that's
up
hot.
at 7?
That's it. And then you just get like the genuine people that can see how their story might help somebody else.
Right.
Which they're the good ones, because we
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know, you're showing people that they are they're not 100% safe if
Exactly.
they drink a
Because I
couple of
reckon you
drinks.
guys are pretty nice on it. Like, you're all.
Sometimes I get frustrated, but rightfully so. God, if it was me, I'd shoot him in the foot.
But you're pretty nice. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they're being so nice, this person who's just gone.
Yeah, there's a bit of a fine line between being too stern and them not wanting to cooperate, and being nice enough that they do want to cooperate with us and come on the show.
Well, I've got to say, all the coppers we've met with this segment have been bloody lovely.
We love having the Vic police in.
Yeah.
We love it.
Now, you guys don't have your head in the sands. You know people are out there are smoking, doing drugs. You can do medicinal marijuana these days. It's never publicised how long drugs can potentially stay in your system. And the reason I ask is because I'm sure there'd be people going, well, look, you know what? I hit bloody, I had a smoke last night. If I know it stays in my system for 24 hours, I won't drive today. Is there just no definitive answer?
There isn't. No, every single person will metabolize drugs differently, and same with alcohol.
Right.
We
So-
can't say that one person is going to smoke weed and then within an hour it's gone, and then somebody else, it's, you know,
So
a week later they've still got it there.
So if people, say, could drop a pill in a club on a Saturday night,
Yeah.
they could, for someone, it could be out of their system on Sunday. For other people, it could still be there Tuesday.
Even if it's not
Absolutely.
affecting you anymore, it can
Yep.
still be in your system.
That's right. And that's where I think people get confused with the whole offence of drink and drug driving.
Yeah.
In terms of drug driving, you can be pulled over a few days after having meth or having a tablet on the weekend, and it's still sharp. You're not really feeling the effects, but it's still in your oral fluid, so you still lose your license.
Teary
Wow.
Tuesday was bad enough. And then, hey, we've got our producer, Jaz, in the studio. Morning, Jaz.
I'm so sweaty. I'm so nervous.
Now, he was given the
He got to have a lovely dinner last night.
Yeah, he was given the task to have a couple of wines with dinner, just like a lot of people would. We got him an Uber in this morning, but we're very interested to see if it's still in his system.
Yeah.
Guys, I got some sound effects. I thought we could do a dramatized reenactment.
Just quickly, what time did you have your last drink?
At 9 p.m.
Oh, so we're 11 hours
Yeah, I
later.
drank-
You know what?
We should be okay,
You know
but
what?
we'll
Stevie
see.
will ask that.
Should we do like what we do on the show? Like when we watch it? Do you reckon he'll be over? What do you reckon he's going to blow?
I like the voiceover.
And I reckon he's going to blow.
This young Irish lad thought he could have a few vinos last night and put the leg over the missus. Isn't
Well,
he wrong?
Let's see. Let's see what Senior
Okay.
Constable has to
And so
say about
what
that.
did you drink?
I drank 3 to 4 glasses of Pinot Noir, Shed Zonzo Estate. Beautiful.
Okay. Oh, hang on, guys. Here we go. Oh,
All right, you've done this before?
hang on. Window coming down.
Good afternoon, Constable.
Good morning, driver.
Oh, bad
Well,
start.
bad start. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, Jaz.
All right, so you've had a couple of drinks last night, you told me?
Yeah, just with dinner, I'm definitely fine this morning.
Okay.
I've been in work and I think I'm doing my best work this morning, actually.
Well, that's
Right.
questionable.
Very confident. All right, let's do this test. One long breath into the straw until I tell you to stop. And stop.
It is a long breath.
It's so long.
Oh, some people just can never get it. I'm
Running
like
out of gas.
screaming at the TV
I
going,
reckon he's
can't be
clear.
that
I
hard,
reckon
Darryl.
I reckon he's under. He's clear.
What do you think?
I reckon there's going to be alcohol in my system, but I don't think I'm going to be over the limit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, hang on. Sorry.
0.01. 0.01.
And we go to an ad break. Oh, God, I hate that.
So annoying. They don't come back till the end of the show.
All right. No, we are all clear.
0-0.
0. Let's go.
Goes on to a state.
Go. I would have loved to have known though, because this is where people get in big trouble. We get up at 4:30 in the morning and drive to work, and you've had 6 hours sleep, and you think you're fine. That he'd come undone then, I reckon. So just so everyone knows, we put him in an Uber this morning just in case.
Yes,
also,
you are safe to drive.
Did you have a heavy dinner?
I had a standard dinner. I'd say not loads, not too little.
Are you still shredding?
Yeah.
No, I'm not really shredding. But that's actually a question that I wanted to ask. Is soakage a thing? Like if you do have a lot of food, does that make...
Soakage?
I've never heard of that.
It's certainly not a defence in the court of law, I wouldn't have thought.
Breathalyse him again.
Look, I think... there's lots of things that come into play when it comes to alcohol and, sleep, food, water consumption, and just time. Time is the one thing. You need to allow enough time, and that's where people fall short.
The next morning.
Hey, Jaz, don't move. Stevie, break out the tongue scraper.
No.
Don't do that.
No,
It's not fair. And Jaz is
I'm joking.
very well-behaved boy.
He is very well behaved. Senior Constable Stevie Jorgensen from the Booze Bus Division of the Popo. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, and thank you for the work you guys do.
Thank you. No,
it's a
nice
dangerous job out there on the street.
Thanks for keeping our roads safe.
Yeah, we
are
appreciate
doing
it.
our best.
Good on you.
Thanks for having me.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.